just tell you who I am, and we can talk about the platforms as we go through the process of what we're about. I grew up in Modesto. I'm 56 years old. I grew up on Elm Street right by Martin Luther King, just around the corner. And I've always lived here. My family, I have three brothers. They all live in town, and all of our families are here. It almost sounds like a cult, but it's actually, we just like Modesto. I have three grown children. All of them reside in Modesto, and they wanted to go to, one of their kids go to Ensign School, so they all live in that neighborhood where they grew up. I have been here. I went to college at Modesto Junior College, went to Franklin School, Mark Twain, Modesto High, and then I went to MJC and then transferred to University of Pacific. And my father worked in Lathrop, so I rode up with him and worked in the feed mill in the off times to put my way through school. I've been involved in community activities my whole life. I've been very active in my church, Cross Point Community Church that used to be First Baptist, Modesto Rotary, and different public and non-profits, Memorial Hospital Board and such like that. But the reason I want to run for mayor is because I believe that we can do better than we have. I began this process thinking about Modesto and how could we do better, and I really realized that we have to start from the very bottom of where we are and say, how do we solve our own problems? Nobody is going to come from outside to solve our problems. We've seen that. And I don't think money is our issue either, which is, you could ask questions about that later. I think it's about us getting involved and making things happen. There's some amazing things that are happening now in the airport neighborhood and in other areas, the weed and seed area, that really don't require money. And it requires us working together as community people to make things happen in our community. And that's what I'm about. I'm a collaborator. Everything from the Recycle Water Project on the west side that's going to bring 600 jobs to our community, to working with the airport neighborhood and getting a soccer field. I'm a collaborator. I love to work with people and love to get things completed. So I believe that my 2 minutes is almost up. I hope that you ask really hard questions, because this is what this is about. You need to find out what's inside of us and what we need as a community. But I'm here for the long haul. I've lived here my whole life, and I plan to do this, and it's my grandkids that I'm doing this for, my great-grandkids, because they're going to be here, and I want them to have a better Modesto.
Thanks, Brad. Right on time.
Use your notes. Hi, my name is Garrett Marsh. There's a lot of similarities between all three of us, actually. We're all Modestans. We've been here a long time. I'm fourth generation, actually. Dairy farmers here from my Portuguese side of my family. My grandparents on my father's side were also farmers here. So we've been here a long time, and my grandkids are still here, and this community's important to me. I've been very active in the community. We have, my wife and I, she's here, raise your hand, dear, Dallas. So we have been active for a long time. We've supported projects at Red Shield for over 25 years. I've been on the Parent Institute for Quality Education for 8 years now, active member of trying to get education and impress the education for underprivileged families. Mostly Latinos participate in that. I mentored at Kirshen School 10, 12 years ago, so I've been an active mentor in the area. If you talk to Jeff Grover, the reason Robertson Road got sewer extension is because I was there to push it on the city side. And the two of us worked together to get sewer service to Robertson Road area. I was active in that. Besides the problems there, I also know that there was a major problem with the tallow plant, and I worked actively to stop that and stop the tallow plant. Either they cleaned up their act or they left town. And if you look at the November 5th, 2005 newspaper, the headline says, "Marsh says this has to stop." That was the actual headline in the paper. A month later, they announced they were closing. So I've been active here. I've been active in the Posadas down on Crow's Landing Road for lots of years. We've been at Robertson Road, at Bret Hart, Shackelford. Last year it was with the Sanchez's at Los Amigos Tire, Chavez's, Los Amigos Tire. So we every time they need beans or rice or plates or toys, we show up. And I've been showing up for a lot of years, and I'll be there after we're done with this campaign.
15 and a half.
Absolutely.
That's a whole new story about being introverted and unable to accomplish anything, and then aviation gave me an outlet to, I can do something. And it started at 15 and a half. No one in my family flew. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about is more current things in my life. My name is Bill Zalaki. I'm a licensed builder and a broker in the community. I've been in the building business since my family moved here in 1967. I was actually born in a little small town in Southern California called Calexico. Grew up in my formative years until I was about 14 in El Centro. Then we moved and transplanted here in 1967 when my dad entered into the building business following my uncle, who was in the business here in the 40s as a real estate broker, and then in the 50s as a builder. So the whole family followed the footsteps of my uncle, starting then. I've been known and have been involved in affordable housing, not only in Modesto, but also in other communities around Stanislaus County, as well as down in Madera County. In Madera, we built a couple of apartment complexes, all very low income or low income, just addressing the needs, working through grants and the process, and able to do that. Brought those skills into Modesto and built a apartment complex over on Rumble Road called Ashwood Village Apartments. And something that's important to me because it took a number of years, a few battles, in order to get it through the community. But with the effort and foresight of our community leaders, we were able to get it done, utilizing the grants and such. I have a career that I take pride in being part of that affordable housing. We established at Ashwood crime-free multi-housing program at Ashwood, the first apartment building to do so. And many other, and to this day they meet once a month, just working and keeping all apartments that are members crime-free. Also built a number of high-quality single-family homes, and as I said earlier, been in the business for a while. Me personally, since 1973. Community service as volunteer, have been involved at Monday night church. It's sort of not a secret, but it's kept quiet on purpose, not after publicity, but it is part of, as Brad said, First Baptist Church, now Cross Point. I was a member there, worked there for about 9 years, and serving food to those that are less disadvantaged, usually street people. Also, as you said, a commercial pilot, flying with a group called Liga International. We fly, and I have flown doctors, medical personnel from Modesto, picked them up in Los Angeles area down to central Mexico, in the Sonora area, El Fuerte, if you know those communities that down there. Kind of a lot of fun, a lot of great rewards out of it. Also Vice President of STANCO, Stanislaus County Affordable Housing Corporation. We provide housing to help make it affordable in Stanislaus County. EFSP, Emergency Food and Shelter Program. I was president a number of years, now still a member. We provide grants and funding to nonprofits locally, receiving the grants from FEMA, and BIA president. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. And also received the Bart Bennett Award, as well as Builder of the Year in 2008. So it's a pleasure to be here, and I hope to answer any questions. In fact, all the candidates, you have a great round of candidates here.